All right, what's going on, guys? I'm not sure if any of you guys heard the news. I woke up here 4:30 in the morning and I checked my phone and it's just absolutely blowing up. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And according to a report, it seems that Kentaro Miura has passed away. I'm just in shock at the moment still. I mean, it's 5 a.m. in the morning. I read this at 4:30. I was going to the bathroom, just check my phone really quick to see what time it is, and it's wow. Let me just read the report here. On May 6th, Kentaro Miura died from an acute aortic dissection. The editorial department of Young Animal Comics announced the news today through the official Berserk Twitter account. One of the best-selling manga of all time, Berserk debuted in 1989 with its 8th volume slated to be released this July. The dark fantasy manga spawned TV and feature film, anime, video games, and countless merchandise. First started drawing manga as a boy with his debut work printed in a school publication. Mura would later cite Disney, Paul Verhoeven, the first Hellraiser, and artists ranging from Bosch to M.C. Escher as influences. He was an award-winning manga creator, and while Berserk was his most famous and successful work, he worked on various manga projects over the years. The news of Mura's sudden passing has blanketed the Young Animal editorial department in deep sadness. The publication wrote its official statement. The statement recalled how when Mura would meet with those in the editorial department and speak happily about anime and movies, he loved it with a smile on his face. We never saw him angry, the statement continued, adding that he was always having fun like a little boy. Kentaro Miura was 54. May he rest in peace. Oh, man. Yeah, that's, it's impossible to put into words. I mean, man, it's just so heavy and deep. Oh, boy. Thoughts and prayers to anyone close to Mura, his friends, his family. I mean, geez, that was just, it was a heart-wrencher. I mean, it was just darn. That's just, I mean, it was kind of like, we kind of all knew it might happen in the back of our heads, like that Berserk would never finish, that perhaps Mura would, something would happen to him, he might pass away before the manga got its official conclusion. And yeah, I mean, it's just so sad. I mean, it more so for his own death. I mean, he gave us a fantastic manga, and whether it finished or it stopped where it was, I mean, we should be nothing but thankful to him for what he gave us and just all the great memories and all the great reading time. This is a big thank you to Kentaro Miura for all his hard work. Obviously, I mean, what a stellar mangaka, stellar person, and it just seems like, for the most part, like they said, he was just a happy person. And man, aortic dissection is a serious condition in which the inner layer of the aorta, the large blood vessel branching off from the heart, tears. Blood surges through the tear, causing the inner and middle layers of the aorta to separate, dissect. Like, I wonder if this was an ongoing issue with Mura for, like, years. Was he having heart complications? Or was this just kind of like a freak thing? Aortic dissection is relatively uncommon. The condition most frequently occurs in men in their 60s and 70s. It says it can be caused by chronic high blood pressure, may stress the aortic tissue, making it more susceptible to tearing. You can also be born with a condition associated with a weakened and enlarged aorta. Oh, man. Risk factors, uncontrolled high blood pressure, hypertension, hardening of the arteries, weakened and bulging artery, an aortic valve defect, a narrowing of the aorta at birth. Well, I'm wondering, like, if other potential risk factors, age, cocaine use, pregnancy, probably not a factor for Mura. High-intensity weightlifting. I remember reading an interview once where Mura was saying, like, he was almost kind of bragging, saying, like, how much weight he could lift. I almost wonder if, like, maybe he was weightlifting too much, like, if he was putting too much stress on his heart. But sad news nevertheless. I mean, the reasons are inconsequential at this point, but wow. Yeah, oh man. Let me see if there's any other news on it. Here's some Twitter responses to, some of the more popular ones. This is from Alpha Omega Sin. What a damn shame. Losing a talented and creative mind like this is always tragic. Got introduced to the Berserk manga not long out of high school and watched the anime countless times. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think I've watched the anime probably like 7 times, the 1997 one. And I've probably, especially with making the Berserk videos, I've probably read the manga 3-4 times, at least twice through, and then just going back and reading specific chapters over and over again. Kentaro Miura's legacy will live on as his works continue to influence and entertain the world over. From Pandra, Dr. Allen, Berserk was the first anime I truly fell in love with. I would repeat that sentiment. I mean, Berserk for me was just like, I watched anime before Berserk. I watched Cowboy Bebop, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if you would count that as, anime. But, Berserk was the one that was just like, holy cow. Like, nothing was like it. I mean, I've been watching anime now probably for over a decade. I still can't find an anime or manga that even comes close to touching me and moving me and exciting me like Berserk does. I mean, it's like nothing else. It really is. Still to this day, it's one of my favorite series, and it had an enormous impact on my life, a masterpiece that still isn't finished. This is heartbreaking. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably save this for another video. I mean, I don't want to speculate on whether or not another mangaka or maybe some of Mura's assistants will continue the work. You know, it's just a little too soon for that. I'm in shock. Absolutely tragic news. Crazy. Rest in peace, an amazing artist and storyteller. Time for a reread. Yeah. You know, I mean, if chapter 363 is the end of Berserk, I mean, it almost kind of seemed a little fitting in a way. You know, you think about it, like the 1997 anime ended on a cliffhanger. And if you didn't read the manga, you were just kind of left in the dark, like what's going to happen next? And now the manga itself ends on a cliffhanger. You know, we had Skull Knight visiting the grave of the Flower Storm, or not the Flower Storm monarch, the priestess of cherry blossoms. You know, the girl in the vision, the blood vision, and you know, we were kind of wondering whether or not Guts would fall down that same path as Skull Knight did, giving into anger and allowing the Berserker armor to consume his flesh. And then all of a sudden, you know, the wind starts to blow and we see little cherry blossoms falling from the trees and the Moonlight Boy comes into the picture. And, yeah, it's like, it was like, that was probably one of the most pivotal moments of the manga. It was like, is the Moonlight Boy going to finally say something to Guts? You know, like, is he finally going to communicate with him? Are we going to finally figure out that this is Griffith? We may never know now. Yeah, just... if you are like me, devastated by the news that Mura-san has passed, let's not let it be lost on us that his work was about characters that, despite a ruthless and terrible world, choose to fight on. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. You know, I think, if anything, you know, Mura's manga was not so much, you know, about... It wasn't so much about a story about the character. I think it was more so a story about life. It was about handling one's own anger. It was about confronting depression and finding ways to overcome it. It was about losing a lover and how you cope with that. And if you don't cope with that, how it can rot your life. It was... You know, it was about friendship and betrayal. It was about just, you know, so many things. And if this is truly the end, if we never get another chapter again, I don't know if there are chapters that are already done that maybe Young Animal are going to release after the fact, and how many that would be. Or if they just decide, you know what, we're just going to leave it as is. It would almost seem sacrilegious at this point to release anything after his death. Then so be it. I mean, it's a masterpiece, and if they leave it the way it is, that's fine with me. So yeah, tell me your Berserk story in the comments. You know, much love and peace to all the family members and friends and coworkers and acquaintances of Kentaro Miura. And yeah, rest in peace.